What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 53 now of the Leeds United career mode. As always, I always enjoy to give you guys these episodes because you guys show some mad support. So I want to start this episode off by giving you guys a thank you for all the support you're showing me on the channel so far as well. We are almost at 400 subscribers at the time of recording this, so when we do hit 400 subscribers, I'll be much appreciated for that. I do have something coming out a bit later on, not to do with the 400 subscribers. It will be sort of well, I say later on, I mean literally it's going to take quite a while. I did have something planned for 500 if we ever get there, so if who knows, if we get there, you'll be seeing that video. And fingers crossed we'll be able to get there at some point in the coming future. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode of Career Mode, and as always, if you do, smash that like button. So, to kick this episode off, you saw me actually sim 2 games for England there. We are the England boss, is what I meant to say. And at the moment, we are currently trying to qualify for the Euros, and we can see us here doing that, as I do sim most of the England games, if not all of the England games leading up to that competition. I have mentioned it a couple of times as well in previous Career Mode episodes that if you guys want me to play in the Euros or the World Cup when we do in fact get there, if we get there obviously, if we qualify for them, then just leave me a comment, let me know what you guys reckon I should do in terms of that one, because obviously it gets a bit of a drag if I'm playing every single England game, but I don't mind playing the actual competitions if it comes around and you guys are actually wanting to see it. So let me know what you guys think I should do in terms of that one. But we do kick the actual gameplay of the episode off here against Arsenal at home at Ellen Road, aka the East Point Arena, because someone forgot to change it when I began this career mode. A whole, what is it now, 53 episodes ago? I've actually forgot to change the team stadium name, so that's down to me. Apologies for that. It should actually be called Ellen Road. It is technically still the East Point Arena, even if I did change the name of it, so I guess we'll just go with the East Point Arena from now on. But it was going to be an interesting one, this one, because Arsenal were a side that last year, if you remember the second time we played them in the league, we absolutely battered them. And I was looking to do a similar thing here. However, it was them who actually caused us the early problems in this one. As 4 minutes into it, Danny Welbeck, who was absolutely brilliant last time we played against Arsenal. Both games, actually, he was good in against us last season. And he gets off to an absolute flyer here as he hits the post there within 6 minutes. I actually thought it was a save by Leno when I was looking back at the recording, but it actually wasn't. It came back off the post. But it took 17 minutes for us to find the breakthrough in this one. Lovely play by Anwar down this right-hand side. Drags 2 defenders across to meet him. It comes to Sacco. Back heels it into Miguel. Miguel into Remy. And Remy with an absolute wonder strike into that top bins. An absolutely perfect, he couldn't have struck that any sweeter in all honesty from Remy, and that's a very, very nice way to open up the score in this one. I have to say as well, for some strange reason, Arsenal actually have like 5 top-class goalkeepers at the club. They obviously signed Donnarumma from us last season for £50 million, which is pretty crazy, I have to say. Oh, no, it was actually this season, my bad. Not last season, that was the Font who actually went last season. But they signed Donnarumma from us this season for £50 million, and he is one of 3 85 rated goalkeepers that Arsenal have at their disposal at that club, which is very, very weird to see. They're actually playing, I do believe, Rui Patricio in goal today for themselves, but to have 3 85 rated goalkeepers at one club is pretty weird to see. So I don't know what they're going to do in terms of that one. Obviously, Czech is getting a bit older now, so he is obviously decreasing as well. But I actually think he was actually 84, not 85. So I don't think he was included in that list. I know they've got Donnarumma. I know they have, obviously, Patricio there, who is 85. But they've also got one more. I can't remember who it is, including Czech. Oh, Szczesny as well. They've obviously got Szczesny just back on loan as well. So they have 5 goalkeepers, all above the rating of 80, which is just unbelievable to have at a club. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Surely you'd sell some on if you had 5 goalkeepers that were 80 and above. That's what I would do anyways. But Arsenal will get themselves straight back into this one, 25 minutes in with Santi Cazorla getting himself on the score sheet. A lovely worked Arsenal move, I have to say, deserving of a goal at the end of it, and that's exactly what it got. But 31 minutes in, I was looking to make an instant impact in this one in the first half. Remy sending in Miguel. Miguel takes a strike on, but a good save in the end by Rui Patricio, even though it was kind of straight at him, so at the same time, although it was a good save by him, it was kind of straight at him from me. We tried to do a little corner technique at this point, because I was thinking, I haven't actually tried my old technique. If you watch my Lazio career mode, you would know one of the techniques I used to do back in FIFA 16 was I'd smash it to the edge of the area where hopefully one of my players would be waiting, and then I'd try and smash it into the top bins. I tried to do it here with Den Donker, but unfortunately a couple of times when I tried it, it didn't quite work out for me. I think I tried it twice, and then we had obviously one more. You can see the lucky deflection. If that had gone into the back of net, I would have been absolutely loving life, but unfortunately it didn't manage to. And 59 minutes into this one, Remy into the second half now, looks to create another chance, gets it into El Ghazi, an absolutely wonderful piece of play from me. I should have squared it once more. I didn't do at the time. Looking back at it, I should have squared it, and I didn't. It comes to Ericsson though in the box. I'm thinking, bang this top bins, Ericsson, I'll absolutely love you, but unfortunately he could only send his effort over the bar. And into the 90th minute we went, as it did in fact end the game by a goal apiece. So to pick up a draw there against Arsenal, not the most disappointing result in the game, but you look at the chances that we had in that one, and I do feel as though that's 2 points lost rather than a point gained, because I know Arsenal have a good side, I know all this stuff, but you've got to look at the chances in that one that we had to try and get ourselves 3 points from that, and we didn't manage to do it. So I'm going to look at that as 2 points lost rather than a point gained. Although Arsenal have a good side, I feel as though on the day we deserve to win that one, and I feel as well that our side's probably slightly better now than the Arsenal side there. Like I mentioned, they have 4 or 5 80 rated and above goalkeepers. It's just insane. Like, sell one of them on, please. For the sake of my sanity, Wenger, sell one of your goalkeepers. You'll have so much more money to spend. Literally, even just play Donnarumma and sell Patricio. That's what I would do if I was there at Arsenal. And if we did ever get, offered the job at Arsenal, I probably wouldn't take it, because my plan for this one is after we, sort of won everything here at Leeds, I want to move to a different sort of country. Rather than staying in England, I would like to move to a different country when this career mode is becoming to... Obviously, once we've won everything at Leeds, I would like to move to someone like Wolfsburg or something along those lines. I don't know quite what I'm going to do yet, but... if you guys are still enjoying the series, like I mentioned, it's great to see that you guys are actually giving me the support you are. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in terms of how long this series is going to go on, because I've never had a series go as long as this one. So I think we're obviously going to try and get over 100 episodes, because that's just for me. I want to try and get to over 100 episodes just to prove myself that I could upload 100 videos without missing a single day. At the moment, I have uploaded 2 videos a day for I think the last month and a half. So... probably around that. I can't quite remember when I first uploaded 2 videos a day. I'll work it out, and in one of the other episodes I'll mention it to you guys. But I know we've uploaded a career mode episode since the first day and haven't missed an upload ever. So that's pretty insane for me, because that's coming from my channel, and I used to miss upload days just because I couldn't be bothered editing a video. But now I have not missed an upload of the career mode in 53 days, and that for me, I'm pretty proud of that. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, the fact that you've been seeing daily career mode here on the channel, and I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of the series to come and don't sort of get a bit bored, because I know once you get past a certain point with career mode, it can be a bit sort of like tedious and it gets a bit repetitive. But I'm hoping, because I haven't rushed into anything and because we're still building our side here at Leeds, obviously we've only won one competition in our time here at Ellen Road in the first 2 seasons, and that was the FA Cup in the first season. So I'm hoping that you guys still be engaged, and I'm hoping that you guys will still enjoy it, because we still have a long way to take this club here at Ellen Road. And one of my ones that I want to try and get to is obviously that Champions League final. At the moment, we're still playing in the Premier League, looking to get Champions League football. The only 2 competitions in England that have actually evaded us at the moment are the Premier League title and the EFL Cup. So we have an EFL Cup game coming up straight after this one against Manchester City, and we're obviously trying to get ourselves into a good position to be able to win the Premier League title. You can see from this one, I don't edit it out straight from kickoff, as we did take on City at the Etihad Stadium last season. We obviously defeated Man City. They were looking to get themselves Europa League football, which they did, in fact, do in the end. I thought we were going to be the heartbreakers there, but we didn't manage to do it. We did beat them on the day, but ultimately weren't able to stop them getting European football. But someone who was searching for his first goal in a number of games was this young man, Joel Green, number 14 at the club. Obviously, he's a 19-year-old here at Ellen Road, has yet to score in the Premier League this season. I think he actually maybe scored earlier on, but I know he hasn't scored in the last 8 games for sure, and he finally got one here, and what a time to get it. I have to say, though, this Manchester City side was a very, very poor side. I didn't recognise many of the names. I think they had Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne, people like that on the bench, rather than naming them in their starting 11. So it was very weird to see that this City side only had a couple of big-name players in their first 11, and the majority of it was pretty much just like youngsters and probably youth academy players, I'm guessing, because at the moment I didn't really recognise too many of the players in the side, apart from obviously Willy Caballero in goal, and I think there was one centre-back or a defender of some kind that I actually recognised as well. Caballero, though, did have a good game in this one, I have to say. He actually played extremely well for City. As 22 minutes in, we were completely dominant in the early part of this one, as El Ghazi goes down the right side, using his pace to advantage, triple tap across the face of goal. You can see there, I wasn't even controlling Joel Green when he smashed that one in. That was actually the AI smashing the ball in for me. So when the computer is on my side and it works out, that's great, but at the same time, sometimes in FIFA, I don't know if you've noticed it in this FIFA anyways, it auto passes, and that can be so frustrating when you're playing people online, especially because they just make you pay for it. But there, it actually worked out in my favour, the computer, by smashing that one home to make it 2-0. By the way, apologies if you can hear a few voice cracks, and the fact that I'm obviously having to sort of grasp and get my breath back in between this commentary. The only reason for that is because right now I am extremely ill. I don't know why. It's just, cold weather and everything just making me sort of be a bit ill. So I'm trying to get myself through the commentaries. I do apologise if it's affecting you guys as well and you sort of getting to the point where you're not enjoying the commentary. I understand that, yes, it's not to the usual scratch, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. I am slightly ill at the moment. But 29 minutes into this one, City should have been 2-1 back into it. But a fantastic save from Leno. I've mentioned it a couple of times when I said you need a good goalkeeper between the sticks, and that's what we have in Bernard Leno there. He's absolutely amazing for us so far, as Remy should have made it 3-0 there. Caballero, again, as long as you've got a good goalkeeper between the sticks, it's always easy for yourself to not concede goals, even if you're not that great a defender. But Caballero made the save there for us. But 73 minutes into the game, we did have a third goal, as it came from a City well, a City corner, really. We then went on the counter-attack against them. Remy using his pace as advantage. Kevin De Bruyne at this point did come off the bench to get himself on the pitch. Comes into Eriksen. Eriksen once more to Anwar. And Anwar somehow, I don't know how he's managed to finish that. It was absolutely a wonderful finish in the end by Anwar El-Ghazi. But, have to say, I was very surprised when he actually made this finish into the top corner. It was a weird one. It was like sort of, he didn't sort of catch it perfectly. Yeah, it just rose into the top bins. And I don't know what to make of it. But it was a good finish nonetheless. Caballero couldn't, unfortunately, for Man City do anything to stop us on the day. We were absolutely ruthless in front of goal. 3 goals in this single game for us, 2 of them going to Joe Green as well. Somebody who hasn't scored a Premier League goal in quite a while in this series so far. So it's nice to see him getting himself back on the score sheet. The 87 overall player now. He could possibly be our first 90 rated player here at Leeds, and that would be absolutely crazy to see. I never had a youth academy player go above the rating of 90. So that would be absolutely phenomenal if we can get him into that 90 rated positioning. So you can see from the match facts, it was actually a fairly even-ish game. Obviously, we only had 1 more shot in terms of on target and 1 more shot in total against Manchester City. But in terms of possession, they actually dominated me. But it doesn't matter about possession. It matters what you do with the ball when you have it. So we've seen that last year with Leicester when they won the title in real life. You know, I think they won it with like 30-5 on average, about 35% possession, which is just crazy. Which is just like, yeah, to win it with 35% possession throughout the games is just absolutely mental. It just shows that possession is no longer important in games. So being an Arsenal fan, that's not very good to see, I have to say, because obviously Arsenal pride themselves on controlling the ball and controlling the play, having a lot of possession. So the fact that Leicester did what they did last season with it just showed us that it's not all about possession football anymore. And I think Wenger's sort of gone to the point now where he realises that. You can see as well, we actually play a lot of different sort of styles. I think we've got Sanchez playing up front for us right now, which is a weird one because we've never really had a lone striker. I suppose Walcott's a bit in a similar sort of situation as Sanchez. But Sanchez, physically, I do believe Sanchez is still quite a strong and physical player, even though he's only quite small. But he's obviously injured in real life. He just got injured on international break, which is, yeah, I don't quite know what to make of that, which I'll be a bit disappointed about, in all honesty, because we have United coming up at the weekend, do Arsenal in real life, and a lot of my friends are Man United fans, and I could just say, every single time it seems that Arsenal play against Manchester United, the game doesn't go too well for us. And being an Arsenal fan, that is not the greatest thing, especially when you've got 2 best friends who are actually Manchester United fans. So if they're watching this video and we lose at the weekend, I don't want to hear from you. You haven't been talking at all for like the entirety of this season because Man United have been doing nothing. So if they beat Arsenal at the weekend and you 2 are watching this video right now, do not message me, alright? Just don't message me. It's fine. Just don't do it. I won't message you if Arsenal win. I understand, you know, Man United are in a bit of a hole at the moment, so it should be an Arsenal victory at the weekend. But it's obviously not gonna, because it's just one of those things. Arsenal, whenever they're playing against Manchester United, just go absolutely just poor, and it ends up being a Manchester United just rout in the end. But hopefully that won't happen this weekend. You can see we do have the 3rd and final game of the episode here against, I do believe, Bristol City in the EFL Cup. Like I mentioned, we are still in that cup, and that is the only other cup competition that we need to win in terms of England competitions to win left. 21 minutes into it, though, it was actually Bristol City who started off the better of the 2 sides in this one. You can see this side as well. It's a bit of a weaker one. I do believe it's our backup side in terms of, obviously, the cup team. So Silvestri starts in goal. We have a new back 4. We have a new middle 3. And I do believe, I think Remy actually started up front for us. I'm not entirely sure. I know we do have a big name up front for us on the day, but I can't remember who it was. So, yeah, that's just me being a bit poor in the end. But Sacco, it's Emre Moore actually starts up front, I do believe, with Remy. So 25 minutes in from Bristol City having their possession and their chances. We went up the other end with Sacco and had a strike on goal, but it was a good save by the goalkeeper. It's a bit of a weird one, that one, as he palmed it back away from goal. Into the 34th minute now of the game, and Sacco gives it off to, I do believe, into now Kamar Roof. Roof's strike, though, was well saved again by the goalkeeper, and I thought to myself that this was going to be one of those games where I just can't break them down. And in the stroke of half-time, it could have easily got worse for us, as Bristol City had a free kick, put it into an area. It was brought down brilliantly by the guy, and he turned and struck one at goal, but it went high and wide over the bar. And I was thankful for that one, because if that had, nestled in the back of the net, I would have been thoroughly annoyed with myself, because honestly, Bristol City had been sort of in the game way too much than I would have liked them to. A Sacco defends splitting ball to Emre Moore, who made the run, using his pace to his advantage against, this League One, I think the League One anyways, defends. Emre Moore just going to outsprint them so easily, and his finishing at this point should be good enough once he gets one-on-one with a goalkeeper of that standard to be able to put it in the bottom corner. So, very thankful that we've signed him. I mentioned it before, whoever, I can't remember exactly who told me to sign him, but actually there was a couple of you guys who told me to sign him. So, you guys for mentioning it are absolute OGs and beasts, so give yourselves a round of applause if you want to. Yeah, just never mind me. Just don't listen to me at the end of the day. But Emery Moore's been a beast for us, so thank you for your comments, whoever left that in the episode. So 88 minutes into it, though, Bristol City looking to get themselves back on level terms. They did have one more chance before the time was obviously up, as it was very, very poor from me, and it should have nestled in the back of the net in this one, as there was still a chance for us. One more in this game. Kamaru into Sacco. Sacco now goes around the defender. Lovely play from him. Gets the strike away, I do believe. It comes back to the goalkeeper, as we did manage to create another chance for ourselves. It comes back to Emery Moore. Moore with a strike, and it's another good save from the Bristol City goalkeeper. You can see there, though, 90 minutes on the clock. We managed to win the game by a goal to nil. And at the end of the day, we didn't really play that well. But at the end of the day, like I mentioned many, many times, it's not about how well you play. It's that you get the result. And you can see by match facts, we actually had a number of shots. But a lot of them were from like areas which were just not sort of, let's put it this way. They were from areas where it was only half chances rather than anything real. And a lot of them was so easy for the goalkeeper to save. Like literally, it was going into his hands, which is a bit unfortunate for me. But in the end, we did come away with a 1-0 victory. You can see the rest of the teams that are in there as well. Spurs, Middlesbrough, West Brom, Watford, and I do believe Sunderland actually beat Arsenal on penalties as well. So out of the teams that are still left in the EFL Cup, there is no reason why I personally believe that we can actually beat all those sides, barring maybe Spurs. Spurs are a bit of a dark horse this season. You can see them there sat in second in the table. We are 2 points clear, though, at the moment. We're the only side undefeated at the moment in the Premier League, so that's very nice to see as well. Hopefully we can continue that good run of form in the Premier League in the next episode. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode. If you have done, like I've mentioned, please smash that like button. It shows me great support, and I want to thank you all so much for the support you've shown throughout the entirety of this series and on my channel so far. Like I mentioned, apologies about the commentary today. I'm just a little bit ill, so I'm trying to get past that and still give you guys content every single day. So thank you all for watching. I've been Danny, and I am out. Adios.